So I have my wallet right here, and we're gonna talk about how I manage my credit card, bank accounts, all of my assets in my journey to my first million. Let's go. What's up guys, it's Nick. As you know, I'm a recovered shopaholic, now a money mindset and life coach, helping Filipino professionals to fund their dreams into reality. I realized that you can really get to know a person based on how they organize their wallet. And also I figured that I had my what's in my wallet video like ang tagal-tagal na, and someone commented that I need to do an updated one, and here you have it. And also because I've actually retired that old Lacoste wallet, and honestly, medyo nahirapan ako to part ways with that wallet kasi it was like the perfect size and the perfect compartments for me. Pero nakita ko bugbog na siya. Ang dami nang natuklap, ang dami ng mga stitches na natanggal. So I was like, Nick, you need to learn to let go. And so I actually decided to buy a newer wallet from the same brand because I know that Lacoste is a quality brand, and I honestly prefer investing in a quality brand that I know is gonna stay with me for a long time. Ewan ko lang kung hindi na ako naka-ROI if I had the same wallet for 5 years. So I really wanted to take into consideration what I loved from my old wallet, which is this material right here. It's super sturdy, as in hindi to nag-falter from my old wallet. So I wanted to make sure that when I buy from the same brand, na ganun pa rin yung material, because to be honest, hindi ako sobrang maingat sa wallet ko because I just like, it serves its function. Hindi ako sobrang like, okay, kailangan like lagi ko siyang nililinis, I'll be real, okay. So I want to make sure that the material is something na talagang durable, which is this one I have here. It has been tested over time. Ang difference lang is that it comes in this flap already versus my old wallet na walang gantong envelope flap. So here you have my very straightforward. Ito yung mga cards ko lang. Ito lang yung cards ko. Kung ano yung nakikita mo, yan na yung madalas na ginagamit ko. And then there's just this compartment for my cash and receipts. Tapos there's actually this cute zipper right here for my coins and all of that sa mga barya. So that's like an overview of what we have here. And what I really love about it is that it's so compact. As you guys know, if you've been in my channel, I like to keep things simple, functional, practical, and my ROI nga. So I wanted to stick with that in terms of the aesthetic and also the functionality of it. So in terms of yung nandito ko, ito yung mga bills ko. Bills, or literally, magkano na lang yung nandito? I literally have 200 pesos. Here, I don't carry much cash. Usually may cash lang ako to give tip, or kung may places na walang cashless method. So basically, it's like emergency cash lang kapag no choice that I have to use cash. So I have that lang. Literally kanina 300 yan, pero ginamit ko yung 100 kanina para sa pagbili ng taho. So yeah, so siguro meron pa akong mga 50 pesos and barya-barya somewhere that I'm gonna put back in this wallet. Yeah, I just have that. And then inside also is I have here my vaccine card. I don't need to show you that. So I am vaccinated. So I show that kapag kailangan. And then I also have like some receipts here, neatly organized. So now that I'm doing my business full-time and I pay my taxes, my receipts are not just like thrown everywhere. I need to make sure that they are nicely kept somewhere because you need those for your taxes. So to give you some insight in terms of sa cash ko, I don't really carry more than 2,000 pesos cash in my wallet. It's because I prefer nga cashless, not only because sanay na tayo sa pandemic, but also because I keep track of my day-to-day expenses actually in a cashless way. So I don't really withdraw everything in envelopes anymore like I used to. Tapos doon ko malalaman kung magkano na yung budget ko. Not really. So actually, in my next video, I'm going to have a dedicated video on how I manage my e-wallets, my digital wallets. So that's gonna be a separate video, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so now that we have that there, I also, by the way, I also love this material inside. Ganito rin yung material ng old wallet ko. Para siyang may leather type, cow leather. I find it very durable also. Like yung mismong leather ng Lacoste, hindi siya nagpipil, hindi siya nagiging flaky. That's like my pet peeve when it comes to like leather products. So that's why sabi ko, I'm going to stick to the same brand. So now we're gonna get into what's what are the cards over here? Obviously, I'm gonna show you what's literally in there, but I can't show you because like it's private information. So I'm just gonna give you an overview of what those are. So here, dito sa left side, I actually keep here my IDs. So, importante that you have your valid IDs. I have here my UMID. If there's any ID I'm gonna recommend is the UMID because it doesn't expire. Literally, yung nandito ko is like nung short hair pa ako. Let me show you without showing my personal information. There you go. There! That's my past self with my short hair. And because this ID doesn't expire, that's just how it's gonna be. Even though iba na yung haircut ko ngayon, I don't plan on updating it because it's like the best ID ever. This one on top is my resident ID where I live in my new place. So I usually show that when I enter the building. So I make sure that I have that ID ready as well. And then you'll notice na meron akong empty space right here. It's because I recently registered for a national ID. So, I'm excited about that kasi kailangan ko ng dalawang IDs in my wallet na moving forward. And then, next is, so here naman sa left side ko at least, these are my bank accounts and credit cards. Okay, so what you are probably interested in knowing about. So here, dito sa taas, I have my 2 BPI credit cards here. So, itong dalawang blue na yan, those are my BPI credit cards and I stand by BPI. Honestly, medyo biased ako sa BPI because I've been using BPI for like 7 years ever since I started earning. Everything is convenient with them in terms of how you pay the bills, how you can access and keep on track of your credit card bills. You can easily do that in the BPI app. That's why I also have here sa baba, if you see the third card, that is also another BPI card, but that is my debit card. So, meron akong dalawang credit cards here for BPI and then meron akong debit card dito sa baba. So, everything is in BPI because I can easily access my bank accounts, my credit cards in one app. Ayoko nagtatalon-talon ng mga 5 app, na 5 bank account, ng 5 bangko because not only is it hassle in terms of transfer fees, but it's also just easier to see everything in one place. So, I really suggest like if you can just stick to at least 1 to 2 banks where you can easily access the mobile app and all of your assets inside. Pero sa debit card, yung mga debit accounts mo, you can withdraw from any of those accounts in under one debit card. So that's why I just have that right here when I do need to withdraw cash. That's really what helped me in keeping track of everything and simplifying my systems. The story that I love to tell is like, before, muntik na ako magkaroon ng isa pang credit card from a different bank. So, kasi napadala na siya sa akin. Sabi ko, okay, might as well. Alam ko, madaming perks dun sa credit card na yon. And then when it arrived, sabi ko, parang this is going to mess up my system, my financial system na sobrang solid na. And so I decided to not get that credit card anymore kasi wala na siyang purpose sa system ko because I literally have these 2 credit cards in different cut-offs. Yung isa, I pay it on mid-month, may isa akong credit card I pay end of the month. So parang hindi ko na alam kung saan ko pa isisiksik yung isa pang credit card. Baka magkagulo-gulo lang ako, malito lang ako, mamaya makalimutan ko pang bayaran, which is a bigger mess. So I said, if it doesn't serve a purpose, I'm not going to make space for it. If it already works, don't fix it. There's nothing to fix if it already works for you. So for me, this is what works. And as I've shared here before, credit cards are not the enemy. I actually use them in keeping track of my expenses so that I can budget better. Because as I've said, you can easily track your expenses in the BPI app, and then I also know when I'm going to use the credit card and know when it's going to be due in such a way that I'm not gonna overspend. Like, I am so passionate about using credit cards that I literally have a dedicated training for my clients about how to use credit cards to their advantage. And all of the time, they tell me like, oh my gosh, coach, ganun lang pala kadali gamitin yung credit card and hindi ka malulubog sa utang, hindi ka ma-overspend because credit cards are tools, all right? They are tools. It's up to us how to use them right, if your mindset is right when it comes to using the credit card, if your habits are already in the right place, then credit cards will just amplify that even more. If you are mindful and intentional about spending, then credit cards can also help you out with that. So they are easily accessible here because I use my credit cards for my groceries, for like paying home essentials. Yung debit card ko, nandito lang siya for withdrawing cash. That's it. I don't use my debit card to pay for groceries, to swipe anywhere in restaurants, none of that, because I prefer using my credit cards. Because if you know, mas madaling mahack kasi ang debit card, and your debit card is basically good as cash. So pag nahack yan, goodbye ang pera. Versus kapag sa credit card, pag nahack yan, you can literally just call the bank and magreklamo ka that someone hacked their card, and they could help you refund that. So that's why yung credit cards ko I use for my day-to-day expenses, and then yung debit card ko I just use it to withdraw cash. So and then meron pang secret compartment dito, mas secret pero may extra siksikan pa. So dito sa left side, underneath my IDs, I have my SM Advantage card and Robinson's rewards because I use the points for groceries and when I buy sa department stores. So, I get to use the points sa pag-subtract sa bill ko when the points have accumulated. So, I have those loyalty cards kasi doon ako madalas na I spend. And then, for dito, meron pa ako dito sa left side, which is, I believe, so meron pa akong isang BPI debit card here. I have BPI debit cards because dati meron akong debit card from my past corporate job, and then, I believe when I opened another account, they gave me another debit card. So, sometimes na-confuse lang kasi ako kung saan dito yung which account. So, I just keep them here. So, for emergency na baka mamaya hindi mag-work to or makalimutan ko na this other debit card pala yung mas accessible yung isa kong account. So, I just have them here. Pero for the most part, itong debit card talaga na nasa harap yung nagwi-withdraw ko ng cash. So, I hope you can see that there is a way for you to really simplify managing your money, your assets. I literally have a client na after I helped her in simplifying and creating a tailor-fit financial system for her, she's like, oh my gosh, coach, like she was so speechless. This is really what I love coaching my clients on, is that they could have a financial system that works and at the same time that is simple to follow. Like you don't need like 10,000 credit cards and bank accounts in your wallet na pinapataba lang yung wallet mo at pinapabigat yung bag mo, pero you're only left confused and overwhelmed. In my journey to my first million, it was this: a simple financial system, a simple money management system. That's what got me there. So I really believe that if I didn't simplify how I viewed money, how I handled my finances, I'd be overwhelmed. If I'm overwhelmed, then I would be running blind in terms of saving blindly, investing blindly. So there are multiple ways that you can manage your money. You've probably seen that in a lot of books, in a lot of YouTube videos. But my philosophy is that I choose the simplest path possible. But as I've shared in this channel, money management is really just 10% of the work. It's important. It's part of the work, as I mentioned. But there's a bigger chunk, the 90%, which is your thoughts, your beliefs around money that you grew up with. Because, for example, if you believe that, oh, money has to be complicated because that's how I grew up. My parents were always overwhelmed, fighting over money. It always, when we talked about money, it was overwhelming, it was difficult. And so what do? When you manage your money, you always look for the most complicated path. You always look at, different ways to manage your money that only overwhelm you. So it really still goes back to like, how do you view money? How's your relationship with money? Because from there, that's really going to set the direction on how you're going to manage your money efficiently. If you want to learn more about how you can master your habits and mindset around money so that you can feel confident and therefore creating a simple financial system, you can check the link in my bio for my free 60-minute training on the 3 steps to your financial freedom, which really gives you insight on the steps that I took that led me to my first million by 26. So I'll see you there.